There are 7 funnel mistakes that are killing your conversion rates that we're gonna plug and fix together in today's video. I have ran thousands of ads, hundreds of funnels. Every single funnel I look at, I look for these 7 constraints where you can squeeze more juice out of your current ad spend and the traffic. Because I guarantee you right now, if you could use a 5 to 10% lift on your current funnel, that was 10 extra book calls, 10 extra leads, 10 extra applications, you know that it would help the business grow. So we're gonna go over these 7 funnel mistakes. I'm gonna give you solutions for each, show you what I'm currently doing inside of my business so that you can fill the gaps as well. So I wanna meet you where you're currently at. You're probably running ads, you're sending traffic to a funnel, right? And you're looking for the constraint your funnel has. And you think it's an ad problem. It's likely a funnel issue. So let's go down to the whiteboard. Let's go through all of these mistakes that are killing your conversion rate. So number 1 right off the rip is you probably have a really weak offer, right? You're very broad, very vague with your offering, and it's hard for you to actually get the persona or the ICP to take an action that's not just curious, but also urgent. So first thing, like I said, you have a weak offer, okay? Here's 2 differences here. We have A and we have B, okay? You could say, hey, learn how to grow your med spa. I help people grow their med spa. No one cares, okay? What they care about is I'm gonna land 30 of X thing in X days. You need to switch the offer specificity because offer specificity with timelines builds more urgency, okay? So if your offer right now, you're like, well, I can't give this like crazy claim or results-driven promise. That means the offer's not good. It means that results are gonna be hard to get for the typical ICP that comes to the funnel. One person might get random results, the other person might get random, and you're gonna now cause more headaches on the fulfillment side and delivery, okay? The second mistake is too much complexity in the funnel. Okay, so most of you run, you have a landing page, you got an opt-in, then it goes to an application, then it goes to a calendar, then it goes to a thank you page. And you think that that is pre-qualifying people harder. The problem with it is that people have shorter time spans more than ever. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to do all these steps to get to the exact same goal they wanted to anyway. And some of these steps, like having this long application, can piss people off. And then they go from an app to a calendar where they're thinking in their head, I just answered some of these questions. Now they're even more upset. And then a thank you page with more homework when they already did enough homework to get on the calendar. So simplify that funnel. Landing page, go straight to a booking page. And then if you want to be able to scoop up all the opt-ins of people that went to the page but didn't book a call, you could use OpenSend. You could also use Instantly as well. These are plugins you can plug right into your funnels to where you can pull someone's opt-in, their name, email, phone number, right? And you can pull it right from the landing page without them having to opt in, right? OpenSend, I'll be able to get an extra 700 to 1,400 completely matched leads with LinkedIn profiles and Instagrams and all of that in a month's time. I can do that because I just put an OpenSend pixel. It's 1 pixel, it's 1 line of code on the landing page, and now you can scoop up opt-in. So if someone doesn't book on the booking page, OpenSend can pull it, and then you can use dialer.io to obviously call and set them, okay? The next part is no trust signals. They go to your page, you just got a VSL, and it takes 3, 4, 5 minutes to get the testimonials and proof, and you're showcasing your results, and all these things are taking you too long to get to the motherfucking point already, okay? I wanna see, like testimonials, case studies, student interviews, like those are things below any VSL that will raise your conversion rates. A lot of the times you think it's your VSL, but they don't wanna watch the whole goddamn video. They just wanna scroll down, see some more proof, more testimonials, and they wanna get their knowledge base from that instead. Let's be real, you talking about the offer doesn't matter as much as people seeing others like themselves get results in X amount of time that your offer promise dictates, okay? So now we get to number 4. Number 4 is poor VSL and messaging. Like I stated in the last point, you have a poor VSL, the messaging is off, you're not infatuating, like this is how usual VSLs go. You're talking about you, how cool you are, the things you've done, how awesome your life is, how your home's big, your car's cool, your business is awesome. Yeah, no one cares because no one's resonating. And you're not telling any stories that would allow them to resonate with the ICP on the current problems that they're struggling with. You're the solution, we get it. But no one just cares about all the cool shit you've done. They care about what's in it for me. Me is the prospect, I'm the ICP. Okay, so that is a poor VSL with bad messaging. That leads me to number 5. At the end of that VSL, you have a weak call to action. It's not just about qualifying, right? Your CTAs that I see most people do is they ask for the qualification. You're asking instead of telling. You need to give them the direction of where you want them to go. You need to be the leader. That's what makes you a business owner. Don't ask. It's like me asking, oh, would you like to book a call? No. Book a call to see if you qualify. Takes 30 seconds, right? I'm directing you, I'm telling you, I'm not asking you. Your CTA is going to qualify action and urgency. Okay, so you could also extend CTAs by saying, get a done for you webinar or see if you qualify for a webinar installed in 14 days. I'm telling you, you have to qualify. I'm telling you, you have to click here, and I'm telling you what the mechanism is. I'm qualifying the action behind the fact that you want to qualify, and then I'm quantifying the urgency in the next 14 days. You want to get this thing done and start now because it'll be done in that time frame. But if I put get results in 90 days, now I'm like, hey, listen, you could kick this fucker down the road and we're never gonna see you in the funnel for a while. And then I gotta spend more money on retargeting and my sales cycle is now longer. That brings me to number 6, no pre-qualification. Okay, you get more bookings, but less quality, right? You just want the calendar to be packed, but it's a pack of shit. Okay, we don't want more bookings with more curiosity. If you fill your calendar up with no pre-qualification, all the leads you're gonna have to do 2-3 call closes on a cheap ass offer anyway. I wanna be able to get leads that answer 7 to 10 questions, and then I can route them based on those answers, and then I can auto cancel them. 7 to 10 questions like I have, if they answer certain questions a certain way, it bumps them down on priority, and then on top of that, I can route them to certain people. That's important, right? Lead routing is so important because you might have certain closers that are good at closing at certain revenue numbers and certain closers who are not good at certain revenue numbers. Route those leads to them, get more sales efficiency. When you have a higher level rep talking to higher level business owners, they're gonna close better. But when you have a stupid rep talking to higher level people, it's not a good conversation. And now that higher level person is now ticked off and they don't wind up buying. And not even throwing them at the higher level rep again as like a follow-up is gonna save the deal. The deal's gone, okay? So here is the last conversion point that I see, which is you just don't have enough follow-up, okay? Your follow-up system is lacking. You don't have the right touch points. This is a tried and true thing, guys. You need at least 27 touch points to close a lead most of the time, right? We're in a trust recession. That number's probably higher. This was just a couple years back that was a new stat that came out, okay? If I don't have follow-up, right, I'm now gonna take longer to close the same deal. Okay, most of you are sending texts that beg instead of driving an action after the call. You set crappy expectations, you don't solidify or tie someone down. You're just like, would you like to book another call for some time? No, let's put a time on a calendar that works for both of us. Pull yours up, I'll pull mine up right now, right? It's a better way to frame it. So instead of you saying, would you like to schedule another call on Thursday? Pull up your calendar right now, pull up mine. Let's find a time that works both for us on Thursday so that we can finalize the details and finish your enrollment. I am not asking. I am not begging. I am telling, okay? Most of you don't have a 14-day follow-up. If a lead becomes a no-show, what if a lead were to no-show? What if they don't close? Okay, what if they cancel their call? What happens to them? Oh, they canceled, fuck them. No, 14 days, I'm now straight up following up. 1 text a day through a follow-up sequence, and then I'm gonna ask once a week on a text, so every 7 texts, I'm asking for the rebook, okay? And then you're not doing any calls the afternoon of. Hey, what's going on, Chris? We spoke earlier today. As I wind down today, just wanted to get some feedback if you spoke to your team, or what other questions you had about what we spoke about this morning. Okay, cool. I can now build some rapport there as well, and I'm not looking like I'm trying to sell, okay? And then you're not double confirming anything on the next call. You're just like, hey, I booked it in for us, accept it if you're available. The fuck? Okay, instead, it's gotta be, hey Dennis, pull up your calendar, pull up mine. Cool, does 3 p.m. work? Sick. What email should I use for the invite? Is this an email that works best where you're actually gonna see the invite, or is this a personal email? Cool, and what reasons would you not show up to this call after what we spoke about today? Now we have tie downs, okay? So here's a couple things I want you to implement right now to get more out of your follow-up. Number 1 is 14-day follow-up. You go into GHL, you go into whatever software you have. If they become a no-show, or they don't close, or they cancel, you take those tags, those are the triggers, and now you're doing 1 text a day for the next 14 days. You can send them to podcasts, you can send them to short-form content, you can send them to testimony videos, you could send them to case studies, Okay, you can send screenshots of text messages of client results, 14 days of that. Okay, second is clear expectations after the call, like I just explained earlier. Tie downs, commitment. Okay, the no-show follow-up, that goes right to your 14-day sequence. Also, if they don't show up, you can have a separate email sequence just set up for that, which we have. If you no-show, we tag it in Calendly, and then after that, it then will send you a couple emails over the next 7 days to get you to rebook and get reactivated. Weekly webinars. We do this thing every single Thursday night where there's leads who don't close. Okay, we take those leads that don't close and we drop them on a Google Calendar. This is like my office hours where I can then close them all up one-to-many with all of their buying questions all at once. We send them one marketing text a week, which is a part of the 14-day follow-up. 6 pieces of value, 1 CTA. Another 6 pieces of value, 1 CTA, and that's for 14 days. Also, we build a community. We use School. We got over 18,000 people in there. You become a lead, you go to my website, you go on OpenSend, you're getting emails to join Paid Ad Secrets consistently, which is also in the description below. And then we have daily emails. We use ActiveCampaign to send out those daily blasts to squeeze the most juice out of every single lead. So I hope these 7, solutions to these mistakes that I see are gonna help you in the business. If they did, like, comment, subscribe, share some feedback. If you have another request for a video, drop it in the comment section. Would love to do it. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.